Welcome everybody. And on behalf of Dame Granny Heath, I'd love to welcome you all to this very special St. Patrick's Day celebration. It seems we don't have any parades going around in the country now these days. I was asked to get something together with some local talent. So I made a few phone calls and we got some very good talent on board. With the help of Nick, Lorraine and the staff of the theatre, we were able to film a full show following the proper safety and guidelines. I would like to thank the Lynam School of Irish Dancing. We have with us today Conor Kilmartin, Jean Kennedy, Conor White, Anya O'Neill, Sean Burbage and Ciara Kennedy. I promise you, you won't want to miss it. We also have to thank our good friend Bosco for joining in proceeds too. And to all the acts that have appeared here and given their time freely. We thank you very, very much. So all that remains to do now is sit back, relax and enjoy some very good local talent.
The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Sunshine or in shadow, oh Danny boy, I love you so. And if you come and all the flowers are dying and I am dead as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am mailbox today. You were just checking if I was okay. And if I miss you, well, you know what they say. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. And I feel one coming on soon. No need to ask me if we can be friends, and help me right back on my feet again. And if I miss you, well, just now and then. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. And I feel one coming on soon. There's a blue moon shining when I am reminded of all we've been through. Such a blue moon shining. Does it ever shine down on you? You act as if it doesn't hurt you at all, like I'm the only one who's getting up from the fall. Don't you remember? Now don't you recall? Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. Just once in a very blue moon. And I feel one coming on soon. Just once in a very blue moon.
Now, I've saved the best for you. Dancing one of my favourite numbers from Lord of the Dance. The Lynam School of Dancing brings you Gypsy. this guy was in panto with me. Yeah, he came in as a TY student and took the leading role in the pantomime Beauty and the Beast that was taking place right here. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give to you Cian MacGearailt.
On a far-off August day, cold young men in ambush lay on a roadside by a hill where flowers grow. So much hate for one so young, who was right and who was wrong. And though 1,000 years may pass, we'll never know. Candles dripping blood they place beside your shoulder. Rosary beads like teardrops on your fingers. Friends and comrades standing by, in their grief they wondered why. Michael, in their hour of need, you had to go. And when evening twilight came, gently fell the autumn rain, but you lay still and silent on the ground. As we hung our heads in prayer, in our sorrow and despair, we wondered, was it friend or foe shot you down? Candles dripping blood they placed beside your shoulders. Rosary beads like teardrops on your fingers. Friends and comrades standing by, in their grief they wondered why. Michael, in their hour of need, you had to go. Now the flame that you held high, when you call out to the sky to end the senseless killing and the shame, has now passed to other hands and is carried through the land by some not fit to even speak your name. Candles dripping blood they placed beside your shoulder. Rosary beads like teardrops on your fingers. Friends and comrades standing by, in their grief they wondered why. Michael, in their hour of need, you had to go. Michael, in their hour of need, why did you go?
boys and girls, a little bit of culture for you by local poet David Delaney. And he's going to read for you Stolen Child by W.B. Yeats. Take it away, David.
The Stolen Child by William Butler Yeats. Where dips the rocky highland of Sleuthwood in the lake, there lies a leafy island where flapping herons wake the drowsy water rats. There we've hid our fairy vats, full of berries and of reddest stolen cherries. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wave of moonlight glosses the dim grey sands with light, far off by furthest rosses we foot it all the night, weaving olden dances, mingling hands and mingling glances, till the moon has taken flight. To and fro we leap and chase those frothy bubbles, while the world is full of troubles and is anxious in its sleep. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Where the wandering water gushes from the hills above Glencar, in pools among the rushes that scarce could bathe a star, we seek for slumbering trout, and whispering in their ears, give them unquiet dreams, leaning softly out from ferns that drop their tears over the young streams. Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, for the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. Away with us he's going, the solemn-eyed. He'll hear no more the lowing of the calves on the warm hillside, or the kettle on the hob sing peace into his breast, or see the brown mice bob round and round the oatmeal chest. For he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, from a world more full of weeping than he can understand.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all love a girl band, don't you? Yeah, I was in a girl band once, yeah, but I got sacked. We were called Atomic Mutton. Then they revamped them and released Atomic Kitten, of all things, if you wouldn't mind. They were even worse than we were. Can't sing, sound like a bag of cats, they do. But not this lot. No, these are very good. And I'm sure you've seen them all live as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we're very, very excited to have them here with us today. So, without further ado, I introduce to you Vocalese.
The water is wide, I can't cross o'er, and neither have I wings to fly. Give me a boat that can carry two, and both shall row, my love and I. There is a ship, and it sails the sea. It's loaded deep, as deep can be, but not so deep as the love I mean. I know not if I sink or swim.
back. And here they are with an acapella section just especially for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lynam School of Dancing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a band that you're all going to know, and they have a brand new single out now called Sunrise that's available at kuamusic.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you Kua.
Well, hey.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Hello, here we are, Kua,
How are things?
live at the Dunamaise again.
Yeah, great to be back. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Thanks a million for everybody joining us all over the world and everywhere. We've got an empty auditorium in front of us, but we're getting used to that. We got used to that, so it's no. Yes, so
That went
Off to
down
a
well,
great
yeah.
start.
Here till Friday. Yeah.
So special tune for Paddy's Day. We're going to do a couple of tunes for Paddy's Day. We're going to start off with a tune called The Tunnel Tigers. Hares roam free on the Wicklow Mountains, wild geese fly and the foxes play. Sporting Wicklow boys are working, they're driving a tunnel through the London clay. Up with the shields and the jackets, ram it, driving a tunnel through the London clay. Lochderg trout grow fat and lazy, salmon sport in Cushla Bay. Fishermen of Connemara are driving a tunnel through the London clay. Below Armagh the wild duck breeding, wildfowl gather round Loch Ray. Sporting boys of Longford County are driving a tunnel through the London clay. Up with the shields and the jackets, ram it, driving a tunnel through the London clay. The Corach rot on the Achill Island, tourists walk on the Newport Quay. Mayo boys have all gone roving, they're driving a tunnel through the London clay. Carlow girls are fine and handsome, all decked out so neat and gay. Carlow boys don't come to court them, they're driving a tunnel through the London clay. Up with the shields and the jacket, ram it, driving a tunnel through the London clay. Down in the dark are the tunnel tigers, far from the sun and the light of day. Down in the land that the sea once buried, they're driving a tunnel through the London clay. Up with the shields and the jackets, ram it, driving a tunnel through the London clay.
That must be broken anyway. Now, that was a lovely tune there from the boys in Cua. And now we have the gorgeous, delightful Miss Ciara Finlay. And in honour of our patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick, she's going to play that well-known classic, Caledonia, the Scottish song in honour of our esteemed colleague here in the theatre, Nick Anton. I might even play an odd tune myself along with it.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I come from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. So let me tell you that I love you, and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. I have moved and kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proving. I've lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I have tried and kept on trying, stolen dreams, there's no denying. I've traveled far with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. So let me tell you that I love you, and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it'll make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. So I'm sitting here before the fire, an empty room, a forest choir. The flames that could not get any higher, they've withered now, they've gone. But I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands are shaking and the kisses flow, I will disappear. So let me tell you that I love you, and that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it will make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I ever had. Caledonia has been everything I ever had. it's said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, by a wind of the sea, like a stream that meets a boulder in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Now, boys and girls, this is a real treat for you. And I'm a little bit speechless because I used to watch Bosco when I was that high. Yeah, can you imagine me that high? Oh, yeah, once upon a time. Before me mother put Miracle Grow in the shower instead of shower gel, and look at the height of me now. But anyway, I have to tell you, boys and girls, here, by Zoom, and very special appointment, I give you Bosco. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's a very special part of our show today for Patrick's Day, and I want to introduce you to an absolute Irish legend, and it wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day without him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Bosco. How are you, Bosco?
Hello! Hi!
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. And tell me,
I love.
what are you going to do for St. Patrick's Day, Bosco?
Well, I'm going to stay in my box. Look, I put up some flags and I have my hat, and I'm going to watch your Zoom on St. Patrick's Parade.
Yay, I can't wait. And you know what? We have loads and loads of local talent, Bosco. The best in the business, including, we have River Dance. You've heard of that?
It's going to be very exciting.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting.
I have.
So we have...
That'll be lovely. And you know what else I'm going to have?
Tell me.
I'm going to have green jelly.
Green jelly on Patrick's Day. I love green jelly. Lime jelly, isn't that right?
That's right. I love that. And I'm going to have green lemonade.
Green lemonade, where do you get that from? I'd love some of that.
I'm going to make it out of lime, so I suppose it would have to be green lemonade.
Lovely. And so you're dead right to be staying at home and staying safe on St. Patrick's Day, Bosco.
Yeah, we all have to stay safe and wash our hands and keep our distance. And if we do it for long enough, then we'll all be able to go outside and have hugs and do everything that we miss. Isn't that right?
That is 100% correct. And we do miss it, don't we? We miss people, we miss each other. But it's important to stay safe and keep our distance until everything is well again.
Yeah, and then we can look forward to going outside again and playing with all our friends. And you know what I'd love to do?
What's that?
I'd love to give you a hug.
And I'd love to give you a hug too. We can't.
Well, we can't now.
We can't now.
We can soon. Yeah. When it's the summertime, maybe.
Oh, yes, the summertime. I'm so looking forward to the summertime, the bright evenings, Bosco. Lovely to sit out in the garden with the dogs.
Oh, I love that. And I sit out in my garden and I talk to all the little creatures in my garden. Do you know what?
What?
I have a robin that comes into my garden every day to say hello to me.
Really?
I do. I leave out food for him. Do you know what his favourite food is?
What's that?
Sunflower seeds.
Yes. I buy the wilds. I buy seeds for the wild birds as well myself now. I do feed them every single morning. As soon as I wake up, I throw them out some seed and they're very grateful. But you have to look after the wild birds now, especially now in the cold weather.
Especially at this time of the year, isn't that right? When there's not very many berries around for them to eat. They can eat the birdseed. And sometimes I even move a rock and see the little creatures under the rock, and the robin comes down and he has a big feast with the insects.
And be very happy, and then fly away and come back to you the next day and do the same thing again. Isn't that lovely?
He stays in my garden the whole time. He's like my little brother now.
Like, you know what they say? A robin is a sign from heaven. They say that you're being watched over by all the angels.
I'll tell him that tomorrow and see what he has to say. But I know what he'll say. He'll say...
He will indeed. So tell me, Bosco, when all this is over, are we going to see you back on the road again?
Oh, I can't wait to do my shows and see all the boys and girls. I really can't. And I'll come to Portlaoise really soon.
You will, because we miss you here.
Oh, yeah. I'd say you missed doing the panto and seeing all the boys and girls.
I do. And you know what? It's not the same doing the videos, but we do these videos so we can keep in touch.
Yes, because you miss people, don't you?
You do, especially now in this weather. You do miss the people. And I miss all the boys and girls coming in for the shows every day, seeing their faces and seeing them all happy and enjoying themselves. But we'll all get there. We'll all get back to that again soon, if we all do.
And at least all the boys and girls are going back to school. Sure, that's great.
I know. I used to love school. Did you like school?
Not really.
No?
I like some things. When I listen to all the boys and girls saying what they like best about going back to school, they always say the yard.
Yeah, they love the yard. Break time.
Yeah, they all playing in the yard.
Yeah.
And I love painting.
Do you?
Yeah, I love painting. And you know what I'm going to do next week now? I'm going to plant some seeds, and then I'm going to watch them grow.
Oh, have you any favourite flowers in particular?
My very, very, very favourite flowers are sunflowers, because
so pretty.
it's a tiny little seed, and then you plant it in a little flower pot, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows so high in the sky. And then you look at it and you say, how did that big flower come from that tiny, tiny little seed? Yes. And you know what else I grew last year, and I'm going to grow again?
What's that?
Courgettes.
Really? That's a green vegetable, isn't it?
I know. And they start off with one little leaf, and then they get bigger leaves, and then they get a beautiful yellow flower, and then that turns into a courgette. And that grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you can eat it, and it's yummy.
So let me tell you, when's the last time, Bosco, you sang the Tidy Up song?
Right now.
Okay.
When you making and doing, your room's in a ruin, you know what you gotta do. Got to tidy up, make sure the room is tidied up. Put everything away, that's all for today. There'll be more fun and games to play tomorrow.
Oh, Bosco, that was absolutely lovely.
That's my vow.
You have a beautiful voice, do you know that?
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day.
And a very happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, and I'm so delighted that you could join me.
I'm so delighted I could join you too. And a very happy St. Patrick's Day to you and to everybody in Portlaoise and around the countryside. See ya! Bye! Slán!
Slán!
Happy
St. Patrick's Day!
You say there's so much you don't know. You need to go and love yourself. You say you'd rather be alone, 'cause you think you won't find it tied to someone else. Ooh, said it's true that the growing only happens on your own. They don't know me or you. You don't ever have to leave, 'cause if change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. You won't be the only one. I am unfinished, I've got so much left to learn. I don't know how this river runs, but I'd like the company through every twist and turn. Ooh, said it's true that the growing only happens on your own. They don't know me and you. changes what you need. You can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go.
I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me, and my way is dark and steep, but beauteous fields lie just before me, where the redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial. My body sleep in the churchyard. I'll drop the cross of self-denial and enter on my great reward. I'm going there to see my Savior, to sing his praise forevermore. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over home.
Oh, that joke's still not working right. Boys and girls, how are ye? Well, do you know what? seeing as we're at been talking about St. Patrick and all of the things from years ago, and I know all the boys and girls would always be singing their favourite songs, and one that they used to always sing when I was small was all about St. Patrick. Hail glorious St. Patrick, dear saint of our isle, on us thy poor children bestow a sweet smile. Them shoes that you sent me are nearly worn out, so the next time you're down here, please give us a shout. Hail glorious St. Patrick, hail glorious St. Patrick, hail glorious St. Patrick, dear saint of our isle. Well, that's the one my father used to sing to me. And another story he used to always tell me was about Humpty Dumpty. And do you all know that story you do? Humpty Dumpty sat in a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Blah, blah, blah. That's not the real story at all. Many people don't know. But Humpty Dumpty was about a real man. It was indeed. It was about Humphrey Dunphy. Yes, Humphrey Dunphy was a granduncle of Christy Dunphy that used to run the cafe down there in the leisure centre, a former hurling great as well. And by God, poor little Humphrey, he had a job working for Mrs. O'Brien. He used to come down then with a bit of a trolley and collect all of the newspapers and stuff off the train when they'd arrive, and he'd drive them on up the road and bring them down then to Mrs. O'Brien then on number 1 Burris Road, where she had the shop there now. And of course, she'd sort them all out and he'd go delivering papers around the town. Well, on this particular day, didn't Mrs. O'Brien say you have to go down to Miss Fortune's shop on the main street there in the corner, and you have to go in and ask her what else to be collected. She's expecting a big load of magazines and stuff to come down on the train as well. Well, anyway, off he went with a big sour puss in his face. Poor Humphrey had to do a bit of work for a change. So he arrived up to the railway station, and there used to be an old parcel chute, a big slide coming down from the side of the wall there. And Humphrey was looking at that. He said, Jefferson, I could slide all of them old magazines and yokes down there and save me having to go up and down the stairs, traipsing all day, carrying all the extra stuff for Miss Fortune, and I'd probably get nothing for it. You see, he was doing the lazy man's load, you see. So he says, I know what I'll do. So up the bowl Humphrey went, leaving the trolley downstairs at the bottom of it, and he up again, and he sat on the edge of the wall. Now, up there on the wall was a man there, and he was waiting for his nephew, who was moving back to town from America and had a whole load of furniture and big boxes and all sorts of yokes that he'd brought from the United States of America. And he was getting them into a house that he was after buying down in St. John's Square. So Humphrey was looking at this and being the lazy man again. Didn't he see your man had a little whip in his hand? And then that's why the pony is down there with the big cart behind it. He must have got to bring that stuff up there. And he says to your man, says, sorry, mister, are you bringing all that stuff away on that big trolley? He says, the big cart. Oh, God, I am. Yeah, I'm going out as far as John Square. And he says, oh, brilliant. Would you be able to give me a lift? He says, I have to collect stuff from Miss Fortune's shop and then go down to Mrs. O'Brien on the Burris Road. Oh, jeez, I'll be passing them all, he says. Come on away. So the man arrived off the train with all the boxes and stuff. And the bold Humphrey was waiting on top. The man was down below, holding onto the pony so to go nowhere. And all Humphrey had to do was to load the stuff into it and slide it all down the stairs, or down the slide, you see. Because him being the lazy fella, didn't he try and take a few shortcuts? When he got all of the stuff, and he had it kind of wheeled over on one of the little parcel trolleys they had above in the station, and had it all there, and he had the newspapers and the magazines at the end of it, and he was pushing it all out the gap to get it to slide down at once. And didn't it go down there and jam at the top? He had all the stuff down there, and wasn't the string holding the newspapers after catching on to one of the little bits of rock outside on the dead wall, as they call it. What'll I do, he says. So he got your man, he says, hey, can you see where that's cut? And the man below looked up and says, it's cut in the wall there. I know what to do, says Humphrey. Didn't he lean over the wall thinking, I'll be real lazy now, and I'll just pull that bit of string and it'll all fall down. The lazy man, didn't he lean over, pull it out, and fall below and crack himself all over the place. So it wasn't Humphrey Dumpty at all that you were talking about, Humpty Dumpty. He cracked his head like an eggshell, and they had to bring him on then on the back of the trolley, lave the newspapers and everything, and up to the infirmary for Dr. Jacob to try and put him together. And they held him together with a bandage and an old pin, and that was him there. Humphrey Dumpty. It turned out to be Humpty Dumpty in the end. The end.
with me. I want to be your partner, can't you see? The music is just starting, night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Fantasy could never be so killing. I feel free. I hope that you are willing to kick the beat up and kick your feet up. Dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground. Starry eyes and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. Oh, dance with me. I want to be your partner, can't you see? The music is just starting, night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Let it lift you off the ground. Starry eyes and love is all around us. I can take you where you want to go. Oh, dance with me. I want to be your partner, can't you see? The music is just starting, night is calling, and I am falling. Dance with me. Dance with me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Dance with me. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Dance with me.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, something very special and very, very Irish. From the Lynam School of Dancing, we have 6 of the best dancers, and every single one of them is a world champion and very well decorated, let me tell you. And some of them have actually featured in the actual show Riverdance. Yeah, and Lord of the Dance, and oh, you name it, they've been everywhere, all over the world, and we're only delighted to have them here with us today. So dancing Riverdance, we have the Lynam School of Dancing.